Hello everyone, my first ever live, so I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to do, but I guess to keep you entertained, just keep myself entertained. Anyways, yes, if you are here for the first time, my name is Kamil and my channel is pretty much mostly about PowerShell and all the things PowerShell sysadmin DevOps related. And today is really an experiment because I will want to develop a PowerShell module for using pwpush.com. pwpush is a web service where you can send your password and then you get the and for the password you get your link so that you can send that link to someone. And what the beauty is, that link expires after X number of days or X number of views. So effectively somebody gains access to that link. You know, let's say after a month, it's just link because it's dead. And I've been using pwpush in there quite a few times on my examples. I think throughout the whole channel history, if you look at it, I've been picking up pwpush. So I think, well, why not? Actually, we could do a whole module on GitHub where we will be building this on the CI/CD, publish it, do tests, whatever. Just have a, you know, something little nice going there. So there we go. I'll be writing this. You'll be seeing me doing this live. If you have any questions, just ask, because I can see chat here. Well, let's see. And if somebody could let me know whether you can hear me or not, as you know, say hi, say anything, I'll be, because it seems from my end, you can hear me, but I'm not sure because I'm not on your end. And the internet likes to, computers likes to fail us when we need them mostly. Oh, Bradley. Okay, tell you what. Okay. I had my YouTube open, and literally that's why you were having feedback. Okay, I shut it down. Yes, I told you, my first ever live. Therefore, well, you know, whenever you do something for the first time is interesting. So what we got? Where is VS Code? So as we can see, this is a brand new repo. Yeah. Yeah, so this is brand new repo, and that's where we're starting. On the other hand, I will be having here the documentation of PW push. So yeah, you can have a look. Not. Did he send it? I'm just trying to send message directly from the streaming software. But it doesn't. It sent it. Awesome. So yeah. So that's what I'll be referring to. So if you have questions or anything, ask me. Disable that studio mode. Yeah, that shows now. See, it shows now for you. So this is the documentation. As we can see, PW push is fairly straightforward REST API. But I think what I will try to knock up today is this one and at least that one. So we can create passwords and we can get rid of them. And we see how it goes. I think I will stay here for a couple of hours and then we see, because at some point my brain will just say, oh, that's enough. And what I usually do when I wrap APIs, I tend to have a one main function, like instead of having, in every function passing headers, body, and etc. I have a one main function that effectively becomes my invoke function, and that takes care of everything. And the moment when I have it, I can very quickly extend module, because then if I need to, let's say, add this one, I only then add this specific endpoint. But let's see how it goes. VS Code camera. Obviously, we start fresh source, and then we do public. Those functions public. And to start, we do so. That will be my entry point for every application. Invoke. So I call it PW push request. So that's where we'll be starting. Everything will go this one. Request. We'll be setting some parameters, and at the very end there will be definitely web request, some parameters which we will need to specify, and then we can make a hash table. And there's definitely one we won't, and that is, and I will aiming to make it compatible with Windows PowerShell and new PowerShell. And there is this one ugly parameter. I think it's only available on the old PowerShell. So it should be there. To use basic. Interesting. Okay, let's drop. Well, it's called, I believe, use basic parsing. This one. Calls, for some reason, PowerShell by default uses, at least used to use, because Internet Explorer, pretty much used to use Internet Explorer for parsing requests. And this works when you are on the Windows client, when you have when you have Internet Explorer, but let's say if you want to use that module on the server where you don't really have Internet Explorer, there is, well, it fails to do that because it asks you to launch Internet Explorer at least once. It's a strange choice for me. Probably there was a reason why it's been done that way initially, but effectively we just get rid of it. That's why users don't use Internet Explorer at all. And I'm literally now interested these days, since Internet Explorer has been deprecated, whether it still relies on it or not. I want to test it. So that will be our entry point. And obviously, I guess the first function should be for creating a new request. So that will be new pw push. What? How is that referenced on the documentation? Create a new push. New pw push push. New pw push password. What you reckon? You can always give it an alias. New pw. New pw push. Okay. I can live with that. Function. New push. What parameters? That must be, so there is a method. Specify method. That will be one of my parameters here. String method. And we can state away provide some that we know that exists. There's get, there's post, and I believe there will be delete. Is that free, and we will default to get. Non-destructive one, it's safe to have it on. So method equals method. So that will get passed to 1. Okay. So what is required? Password. What we have in by least looks need to password file. This is helpful. And obviously I'll be passing into the certain endpoint. Guess we can do another parameter, and that will be my endpoint. So this is what I will use to build the string, build the URL. Now thinking about it, we probably need a connect function, because pwpush can be self-hosted. You don't need to use pwpush.com for that. We really need a mechanism to configure the module to use a specific server. So connect push. Let's do serve. HTTPS, I guess. Okay. Now, this must be available across the module to really create module wide variable. So although it's a script, if I run this within module, that variable will be accessible only for the module. So let's say me as the end user, I won't be able to see it, but I can use it across all my functions in the module. It's kind of like a private variable property. So let's now for now call it server, and I see if later on we will need some more. Script server equals server. Actually, you know what? We could do something slightly easier. Script connection, and we just make it a hash table. Because I might, at some point, we might need to add some more values. At this point, I can always add more details. Connection. In that case, server will be my server. Okay, that will become a string. Okay, I can connect to the PW push. So how all the endpoints work? That one is slash. What about say string get? Always upload. Okay. This one we have, and I have an endpoint. We could look for URL will equal script connection dot serve connection. Let's go with this for now. Slash endpoint. So that should allow me to dynamically build. Invoke when request equals URL. Yeah, so this moment when I have a endpoint, I am able to go and dynamically expand the module because I will just call specific endpoint. Okay. The new PW push. Once again, values data body. One more thing, and I believe data is type of object. Body won't be as always required. So we need to check whether we pass in body parameter, and with passing body parameter, then we will simply do it with params body value body. Probably that would need to get converted into JSON, but let's run so far. Check this to 5 times going. Push. Going back to the endpoint. Seems to be JSON. and password payload. Now we could argue whether that should be secure string or not, but for now I just want working. That will be mandatory, obviously, because you have to provide this. You cannot send me password without giving me. Okay, and data equals yet another hash table. Hey, look. Oh, get it. Password, yeah, they actually say it must be hash. When they do this, they mean this is hash table called password, and then the key in it is payload, and then this is the value, and password, and then yet again. Okay, this is clever. My data will be that case. In that case, keep it consistent. I should, if you recall it, password. Yeah, naming things is often like usually on Teams meetings the most important thing. How are we going to name it? Okay, payload equals payload, and within data I wanna input I want this. No, this. It's my function. Yeah. Load it. 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 Oh. Doesn't like. So endpoint will be endpoint. Method will be post. This is validate set working now. Body will be what? Okay. So new w push payload. Say my name. Weapon. Valid URL. Okay. Variables. Yes, it will be used. Balls. Messages. This one. Try. Snake. Obviously, I didn't connect. So I should be check. If I actually don't have a host name, so if I didn't run connect EW push, then please run it. So if what? If we don't have the Throw this connect to via connect pw push. Okay. Void face. Try to connect. In theory, I could make a test that if it actually doesn't exist, if that variable wasn't created, then I could just call it implicitly for the user. But especially when you will be using it, I think you'd like to be more conscious code. Especially if that gets in the script, then you will code it once and it's done. Again, it's up to discussion. And I'll call script connection. Obviously, you won't work because pw push.com. And over it. Okay, that's like it. Let's now. That request. Okay, what did I break? Is missing out this can JSON. We generally need to create that hash table. How about data password, because it kind of belongs to password equal data password. Assigned by. Why would I? Okay, another test. So data is how does it look? Debugger. Data hash table of one thing with password in it, then password value. Go back to station. You only need to prove table. How did I get it solved on my other example? The web application. Yeah, that's funny thing. There's this problem. You go and you solve it. Come back after example of weeks or days, and not in memory. How did I get it solved about web server? No, scripts. Done. Okay. So I wrote this earlier. I don't feel ashamed to reuse it now. For you, I have it on there. That's what I actually then have a body, which is a hash table, password, a bunch of those stuff. I will just reuse it. Goes. And we go for the equals password equals hash table. Then, oh, I know what might happen. So we will check it in equal. I'm not passing both. No? Of course. Sync. Okay, let's capture it at this point. See what will body hashtag. This fine endpoint. Oh, we have a double. Why? Why? That's why. I specified /. We have a forward there. Space. Do it better because I know myself I will often place it like that. I think we should strip out the last /. Let's do a little bit of if server, the last character of server equals this, then server wanna do what? You wanna substring of the last character. Play with server one is in this one. Now I would like to do a substring from 0 until the length -1. Yeah, so that should of the last character, yeah? Go substring from the first character, then just we take the length, so depending how many characters there are in the text, and then we just shorten by 1. So that way I can always have a URL without /. That's a nice feature. So git server dot substring here server dot length -1. Okay, so let's go again. Let's see. Script connection script. Then what if actually speed fun of it. Now, I just try to send this password. Okay, go. Honestly, hate. That request. I'm calling URL because science.com. Oh, why is it? Ah, okay. That could be another problem. Maybe not now, but true. Let's try once again. URL is https wpush /p.json. So that's what I can see. So now body. What? It? Why? It need to be actually some, because it, yeah, since hash table, it doesn't convert it to. Try now. Go. Table. Oh, we might need to specify content. That crazy body now. Body. We also want to specify content. Chase. Okay. Bingo. Yay. 35 minutes to send one needles password. Let's grab it and let's review what comes back. Hey, yeah. This we content, and then we can put it JSON. Okay, bunch of things we have. So we have that, and that I believe should give us URL. Let's check. Start works. If you look at it, if pwpush.com/p, then this is the token that came back from the API.json. All these values. There is my payload. So what I think should happen now for this API to work nicely, obviously users don't want to see all this stuff like that. It's irrelevant, at least in this example. At this point we will only retrieve content and we will straight away convert it to PowerShell object rather than the object, and that should make it much rather than dealing with JSON. That should make it nicer. So how do we approach? After that we can probably add more parameters, so we have at least basic functionality going in here. What I tend to do, I tend to write one more parameter, like a switch. I just say return row. Then when developing another function, actually we want to, for example, catch status code or anything else, or headers. So sometimes actually you need to with calls you actually need to work with headers. Then you just ask for row and off you go. Then you handle it yourself. Otherwise, I will just convert it from JSON. And let's see. It really depends. If API is done consistently, then you can get away with making a lot of things, I would say, fairly simple. But when API is not consistent, then this is a hell, because there's a different ways of handling things, returning things. Some had one example where I needed to manually rotate headers. I was doing something. So, well, we see. Can get with that. If return row is present, then we simply response equal call, and then we just do early return. That's it. Otherwise, take response.content, convert from JSON. Let's try now. The storm is and that's beautiful. Now obviously another point is I would like to give it to the user. So how can I actually give it? Let's see. To push.com. NP. Okay, now what if I take now this, then it works. But if I drop en, because I don't really want to be language specific, I assume this is specific, also works. Check. This password now works. Awesome. Cool. We could actually write a if we want another function or another return, actually give me a nice link for the end user. In that case, we know that endpoint is probably mandatory. We know that body is optional, method is just there, and switch, yeah, if you pass it in. Oh yeah, let's test it. And we can actually make it a bit nicer in here. This, that, and calls body. Check this still works. Because obviously this is string. Yeah. Okay, now works. So what if I now do this return row? Nice. Work, it's and now we have row. Can very easily each one another function. So now parameters for the body. I could pretend can do it levelly and do a bunch of if statements. Is that this, you know, if it's provided, then do that. Or I could fall back to what tw push does by the default and then just take these values here. So I will always pass in kind of same object, just with slightly different parameters. That makes it much more straightforward to work with. And that's what I'm going to run with. Post. What we posting? We have a node. Oh yeah, one more thing I want to check. Is this API case sensitive? So let's do, yeah, payload capital. Yeah, it is case sensitive. However, I did have this problem a few times. Exactly. Yeah, APIs, I mean, not all of them, but a lot often are case sensitive. A lot of times. Anyways, what parameters? So obviously we did payload. There is node. Let's just do the string. Expand. Yeah, after days. I believe this is by default 7. Expire after use. It's 10. Daily table by viewer. I think this is true. Nice if they put defaults here. Retrieval step. No clue what it is. Retrieval step. Or false, but I have no clue. Maybe I can. Actually, wait. I have all the defaults here. Ah, bugger. So after view. View. This overview. Retrieval tab. Actually, it says false. It's all this. So now we see this needs to get converted into node. After days. Expire after use. And we have a data viewer. All step is false. String that will be, well, you cannot do it negative. You cannot delete it in -10 days. You can do integer. Unsigned, because this is uint, it's unsigned integers indicates this must be positive. This is a bit confusing, so we just stick with integer. Then I need to validate range. Question is how long this can be. Let's make this for now. And I will see if I can find something in the documentation about the limits of this API. Imagine you couldn't keep it forever. Data about viewer is boolean, and this is this point. What I can do? Need to replace stuff. Writing APIs or SQL queries is often repeating a lot of similar stuff. Oh, my cat came back. Oh yeah, he came back. Let me see if I can jack him for this call. Nope, he's not interested. Okay, where? It works. No, documentation. No values. What about the main page? Okay, so web page says I can have maximum of 90 days. Monday. In that case, we could do validate, I believe. 1 to 90. Okay, we can drop back to integer. And views is 1 to 100. Okay, that should it. Let's try. There is a place because I can only do 90. And it did. And then let's expires after 30. Just remaining 30. Now it works. Now editable by viewer. Say it false. Works, and then retrieval step is true. Oh yeah, it takes all parameters required. In theory, I should create a branch thing I do, because this is all kind of pre-going live. We are live. Oh wait. One more function. Node. How does the node work? My node. Let me see. But yeah, coming back. I should in theory now create one branch per feature, because effectively this is a bunch of features starting. But because it hasn't been released yet, I usually just stick to the master branch. When I'm done with it, or then come back later, actually adding features, all the stuff, then I create feature branch per feature. That just makes it easy. Since we have now a basic functionality going, I think it's worth to commit. Let's see. Commit password. Yeah, I really wonder if payload secure. They could be always two parameters. String 1 4. But let's see. Submit password. Commit. Ooh. YouTube. How many viewers do I have to? Thinking to have a little bit. What I think now, I make myself a quick 5 minutes break, and then I could either grab another functionality, let's say to retrieve objects, retrieve passwords. I could actually add a little bit of automation. I'll start making a build, at least locally. Well, I hope. Let's see if anyone prefers. Let me know, and I'll be back in 5. Okay, back. I'm back. New glass of water. I think, yeah, I will try to actually build it. You've seen my videos about module builder, that's what I'm going to do actually. Module with effectively single function. So, one is connect. And we will expose invoke if somebody wants to come and invoke function. Public. Need module builder for this. Module builder. Good. So install module builder. Scope. Now we've got to wait for PowerShell to realize all its dependencies, etc. Oh, lately I've been found to keep in the root of the application as clean as possible. Rather than dumping all the files here, I tend to create something along the lines of build scripts test start module build. Probably enough. Now we can indicate that we do that. Require module build. And what we really need the module need manifest. New manifest module manifest. Usually when I come, I have so many of them. I just copy module manifest and reuse it. But in that case, as I said, I will do everything beginning to the end. Let's see how much stuff I remember. KP push. So that wait. Just all root module library module will be same. So key w push.ps1 or let's go with what's happened. No such. We're doing this live. Routes. Triggers. Minimum PowerShell version 5.1. I'm sorry. I will decide I want to use classes or we just don't bother with server that we get it. Yeah. We don't have dependency on. No, we need functions to. It's good. Yes, data packs. thing that is required is this module to be available on gallery. See? PW push password secret push, perhaps. Do it. I need to read on license project 3. That will be GitHub. Icon. Go. Default command prefix will be. Notice I didn't include this as PW. That will indicate came from. There was any. That should be the minimum. Utilize. Small. Now we need some parameters. And I've been really wanted to test on GitHub a Git version, which will, based on the commit names, as far as I remember, will indicate what version you are. At the moment, what I've been using, I've been just auto-incrementing based on the build version, which is not ideal, but this is something I would really love to. Let's start with 0. Actually, top, but we see. So, what parameters are for module build? Module builder. Okay, get command. Build module. Okay, I'm sorry, my fault. I need to honestly remind myself. So we're starting off this directory. Go on the root, then we go in source to grab the file which is push enough. Okay. Rest. Worked first time. Rarely happens. Oh, this must go. This must go. No comments. Yeah. Okay. Now, there are a few things I'd like to do there. So, one version up. That's good. So, we'll just create. I will drive version automations. I don't really need to point. And then even if we produce something, that will be stored on the GitHub releases. So it's get lost. What? Version. Yep, module version 101. None of them do splatting everything, but often when it just gets slightly too long, I just splat. It just makes it easier to read. Pass through? Okay, maybe I can get. But there are, especially for things like modules, so the things that will other users, I tend to splat. Works now. Output, certainly we don't want output in. For that should go. Build this. Now I once had a case that somehow my unit tests got added to the source directory. Ask me how. Just ended up there. And module builder was happy to build that, but obviously it was the module was unusable because it just seen all this tester wording described. It just didn't know what to do about it. Failed. What I tend to do now is actually try to load it the one I build it. This is like a very basic test. Just build it, load it straight away. If it works to build, great. Otherwise, well, we don't proceed. Okay. CX verify. Put it in the variable. Probably. After. No? I won't pass through it. Okay, we can go to result. I guess we wanna try and catch it. Because place to catch, we throw. Successfully break it in. Try. Port module. Name, yeah, name will be path. Stop. At this point, it should. If it throws, place to import it, throw failed to load module, and it comes there. And regardless happens that I would like to remove that module from memory. In that case, if it fails, because obviously if we fail to load it, then there will be nothing, it won't be in memory. So in that case, I can just silently continue. Okay. I just don't want it to be in memory. Try. Not deny. Because it's PSM one. Yes, of course. Not PS script. Create this. M1. Okay, build. Worked. Let's maybe some more information. Build module. Unloading. I should put unimport, output. Building module, loading module, unloading module. Now in here we could do I. Oh, that must be right. We don't certainly I don't want anything in pipeline. That's supposed to be there. I specify the name of this. Go grab the name there. Well, for now I don't need anything fancy. I could just the name of module. We'll go and grab it from root. Version. Okay, so basic functionality to build this. What would need to happen next is to the nuget package. But for the nuget package, I honestly don't remember exactly how top of my head. Remind myself because I need to create an aspect file and then certain. So we will ignore nuget file for now. We have a building script, so that will come later on for GitHub actions for our CI. So actually build it dynamically. But then yeah, I need nuget file for this. Okay, what changes did I? Did ignore. File. Manifest. Let's comment on. Comment. And the rest will implement module building. Ooh. Okay, I think one more thing I can definitely do tonight is to try to do the deletion of the secret, because obviously you can create them but get rid of them, and that will more or less I think it for tonight. Delete. Should I? I pushing owner of the push. All the push must have been created by viewer. Yeah, we should also obviously add help files here. Oh, formatting. Well, I don't think I will bother you with me writing help for functions because there is, well, not much value added. Let's do it at some point. Okay, so that will be what? Remove PW. Yeah, this sounds wrong. PW push. Remove PW push. Maybe I should just do new PW. And remove PW push. Well, we can always add aliases later. Okay, so copy a lot of this stuff. Oof. What is the parameter? URL token. That's the only thing we need. Token. Point is, in that case, paint coin is this l dot JSON. So we're super sure it does else. Oh, so there's not even data in this feature. We just call endpoint with delete, no body, and info. Let's see. Move PW push. Need some token. Oh, I have module now. Data overview true for the work. Token. Expired. True. Okay. Working. Deleted. True. Ah. That was. See, that's what I mentioned at the very beginning. Is when we have this one main function, everything goes through that function. And then obviously it takes usually a while, especially with massive APIs, to get all the things correct here. But then expanding it, as long as API is consistent more or less and it's documented properly, it takes literally minutes to expand module for extra calls. Like you can see here, I just added remove PW push after a couple of minutes. That's cool. This one is feature. Yeah, that should be really feature bench. Feature remove push. Update formatting. Is that? Oh, there we go. In that case, there's some context of authenticating the user token, but I'm not go out this way. It's not today. What we can do? Retrieve a push, create a new push. A parent point to retrieve the full qualified secret URL of push. Get all it. Okay, so we can do yet another call in that case to retrieve push. Let's grab this one, copy of it, get pw push. Let's say the morphing of wrong idea it is. Carry on. So, in this case, get and L token. Get, and looks like that's all it is for retrieve it. Let's try. Let's create it. That gives me a token. Well, let's try token. That. Okay. So let's now remove it. And let's try to get it now. Okay, what's the point of wait. I did retrieve it, but how can actually payload? Ah, it's not. Okay, so one more test. Create push. Okay. Let's maybe test it with now grab this point. We'll be able to the password. There's payload. Now let's remove it. Okay. If I call it now, payload shouldn't be correct. Okay, it absolutely works. I think for this specific case, retrieve will make sense to only retrieve payload. So if I'll be retrieving secrets, only one secret necessarily cover all this data. We can probably do another switch. Oh, actually, on the other hand, you could just do dot payload. No, not much more. Lazy not. Okay, preview rate. Dual token. We can actually grab preview. I guess. Preview is actually what creates that nicely looking. And preview. Yep, works. Okay, we can implement this. Leave the one and then more. Okay. They implemented this. Okay. Implement this as separate endpoint. I wonder if it just makes sense to. Well, let's see. Okay. Push. Preview. So in that case, my endpoint becomes token slash preview. This and PW preview. Ah, this is cool. Gives me straight URL. Buy it? What do you mean buy it? Okay, let's create something new. Open. Working. Don't think really we need to. Yeah, because obviously I should map functions to the API. And then at this point I'm asking you to do calls. This one URL call preview. I am called with API. I only care about preview. Although on the other hand, URL puts token. If you're creating myself, but if there's dedicated endpoint push on the server, I should really follow the links they give. This, when I create new push, will create a new switch, then link, return URL, same here. I don't know, trying to think of it. So now I just map it. Sometimes it's hard to envision actually how this thing will be used. There's something about audit. See, this way. It looks like for okay, so for this I will need to read on how to actually use dashboard view. I can read it now and bother all of you, or we can do it on the next time. Do some explanation. These I have idea what to do. I'm talking about this one. I'll need to probably create some sort of account, then log in things. I think we can drop it. no point of you looking at me how I read it and play with it. Let's rid of it for now because I generally cannot validate that. So let's review. We have connect pw push, we have get pw push, push, we have a get pw push, push, review, oh, pw request, new pw push, move pw. I think we can drop that middle push everywhere. That's pointless. That's the name of the product. If I tell you get pw push, you know you a secret. If I do get pw preview, get shift preview, then if you do new pw push, you're pushing password, and move pw push, you're removing password. Yeah, you could argue that remove pw push indicates delete the server, but let's be real, it happens. Yeah, we're not doing on that level. So yeah, I'm making a decision. Remove pw push. Simply. W push much nicer to work with. Preview obviously because this is I'm going after. It's fine. Simply here get pw push. Done. Now it rename device. Let's see what so keep a track. So remove pw. All rename. Yes. Let's now it. Okay. Load module. Okay, get command module app push. Only two. Connect pw push, get pw push. Ah, maybe sits in the memory. False. That's interesting. Functions. Connect get pw push invoke. Remove pw. No. Remove pw. Oh. This. Yep. Rename. So I believe it's done exactly as I've read on it, because you could do git mv and then rename it manually. If you do just straight rename and then commit, it should, VS Code should realize this is actually rename rather than deletion. push. Rename. Okay. Build this now. Could possibly throw the balls here. Not. Grabs all the W push, W get PW push preview, or PW. No PW push. I load it now. Yeah, now it works. So now I have that KP at the front because it's already using module rather than going straight for the loose PowerShell files. Bash payload. This is module. Okay, so let's now check. Okay. Preview. Token. Working. And stuff here. See, already on GitHub. Version of PowerShell. 1.5. Yeah, so there's a few things already, because I haven't been really using GitHub per se, not at least on that kind of level. All my work, PowerShell developer work happen on Azure DevOps. There are quite a few things I check. One is actually doing releases. How does it work? Packages. Is it equivalent of nuget feed or is it something else? How do they differ packages to releases? In that example. Actually doing CI on actions and a bunch of other things. Yeah, how, let's say if I will throw some tests here, will they be, how will they be attached? Will they be showing? There? No idea. Something I'm generally interested in. I don't know. I think we will wrap up now, because there's a few things I need to remind myself, at least when I will come here and present it to all of you live, I will be more or less remember what to do and how. Because for example, doing nuget package nuspec requires certain changes and then nuget to etc. I need to, let's say, check whether I can build nuget field package actions. In DevOps, I can actually, there's this task when nuget, it just builds it for you on pipelines. Yeah. What about this one? I have, and doesn't make sense for me being live and reading and learning all this stuff and experimenting. So I need to do at least some kind of learning myself. You know what I mean. But yeah, what I would like to here definitely add is add some tests, add this CI/CD pipeline. I would like to actually publish this to PowerShell Gallery. That it will be, visible. You could actually go and do just install module, access it and use it. Add Not sure if any of you have any questions to me at this point. Time is correct or not? No. I guess I'll see you next time. See ya.